There, right there. That's what St. Faustina saw. And Jesus said, paint that. And she saw Jesus appear just like that. It shook her up so much that she left and went home and trembled for 3 days until she wrote me and told me what happened. Because Jesus is going to be here. He's here. He's here. You see, and he said to St. Faustina, I want you to put the words, Jesus, I trust in you, beneath that picture. You see, because it says in Acts chapter 2, St. Peter speaks about those end times when there will be signs in the stars and the sun, and God will pour out a portion of his Spirit on mankind. And he says, he writes in Acts chapter 2, that before the last day, in that period preceding Christ's return, all who call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. Do you understand? Jesus made it easy. Jesus, I trust in you. That's all you need to say. Jesus, I trust in you, right from the heart. Right from the heart. For Jesus said this to St. Faustina, let the greatest sinners place their trust in my mercy. They have the right before others to trust in the abyss of my mercy. My daughter, write about this mercy to tormented souls. Souls that make an appeal to my mercy delight me. To such souls I grant even more graces than they ask. I cannot punish even the greatest sinner if he makes an appeal to my compassion. But on the contrary, I justify him in my mercy. You see, Satan's telling many of us in the church today, because you're such an awful sinner, you're not entitled to God's mercy. No, you can't return home. You're filthy. You smell like a pig. You've been to confession 500 times with the same sin. Your sin is so dark. You can never come home. God is so holy, and you are so unholy. And that's a lie. Jesus says, on the other hand, it's precisely because you're so wretched that I have come for you. That I come for you tonight. Oh yes, he skips by those grandmas with the rosaries. You know why? Because they're doing fine. It's to you and I, the broken sinners, who he comes to. Do you think it's too late for you? The thief upon the cross spent his life as a criminal. And in his dying moments, he turns to Jesus and he says, remember me when you come into your kingdom. And what did Jesus say? Are you kidding? You spent your whole life doing what you've done, and you think in the last minute you can get into heaven? Look at my mother. She's going to heaven, you loser. That's not what Jesus said. He said, this day you will be with me in paradise. To Zacchaeus, in the midst of his corruption and sin, Jesus said, come down from that tree. I'm going to dine with you. Tonight, Jesus is saying that to you, brother. He's saying that to you, sister. Yes, be conquered by the love of God tonight. Be conquered by his mercy for you tonight. Let it conquer you, brothers and sisters. Let him melt our hardened hearts tonight. Jesus loves us. It's not too late. As long as you draw breath, it's not too late. But we are living in a time of mercy that's coming to an end. And Jesus said, whoever does not enter through the door of my mercy must pass through the door of my justice. Jesus said, my heart, he said this to St. Faustina, my heart is aching because I want to pour out my mercy on souls and they just don't want to trust in me. Trust in him. Let tonight be the beginning of the rest of your life. We're going to take a few moments now to just come before Jesus reflect a little bit, and to open wide our hearts to him who loves you and who died for you.